You stopped me because you said I pulled up. No, you didn't come to the car.
Some cops seem to think they can get away with anything just because they wear a badge, but sometimes they mess with the wrong person. Today we will be going through some of the most shocking moments when corrupt cops met their match and learned the hard way not to mess with the wrong citizen. In May of 2023, an individual named Mr. Love was pulled out of the gas station without a full traffic stop and surrounded by multiple Cumberland officers. It didn't take long for the situation to escalate.
They called all these police for tell me I pulled the Sheets parking lot when they're oncoming traffic time I ain't make a complete stop. Why when I make a complete stop when there's oncoming traffic? That just sounds stupid. He pulled in the parking lot the whole time, watching me.
We're gonna do a scan of the vehicle, so if you don't mind, just step out of the vehicle.
What for? What?
Have
I been suspected of committing a crime?
We can scan any vehicle we want as long as.
But have I suspected of committing a crime
for a legal reason? So just
that's a traffic stop. That's a traffic issue.
So do me a favor, step out of the vehicle.
Write me a ticket so I can go by my way. I'm not stepping out the vehicle, bro. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do absolutely nothing.
Telling you to step out of the vehicle.
If you pull me out this vehicle, I'm gonna file a lawsuit, bro. You violate my rights.
To do that. If you don't step out, I will pull you out of the car.
Well, you're gonna have to take me out. I'm not legally getting out my vehicle when I haven't done anything wrong. Absolutely nothing.
Mr. Love refused to exit the vehicle, letting his anger boil over as frustration took hold. Insisting on speaking to a supervisor, he made it clear this encounter wasn't going to end quietly.
I was pulled over the other morning going to work for my headlight, right?
Okay.
I fixed it. You want to check it? I fixed it. If you can pull that up, I fixed the headlight.
Okay.
I just came from my house, get gas, got me a soda, got my oil change. Okay. I seen you pulling to the Sheets, eyeballing the car the whole time. I don't know why y'all keep pulling me over. I'm out here working because I'm in union. That's why I got Mississippi tags. That's the whole reason you pulling me over. I drive the other car, you pull me over in it. You pull my old lady over in it.
All right, well, if you
it's just ridiculous.
If you step out, we're going to scan the car.
What you going to scan the car for? You can look and see there ain't nothing in the car.
Okay. Are you giving me consent to search the vehicle?
No, I'm not giving you nothing.
Okay, then step out of the vehicle.
No, I'm not. Call your supervisor, man. Call your supervisor.
Step out of the vehicle.
I want to speak to your supervisor, please. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. I'm telling you, pull me out the car fucking up. That's all I'm telling you.
Mr. Love stood firm, insisting he had done nothing wrong. Unwilling to cooperate, he refused to leave the vehicle, doubling down on his claim of innocence.
My people's work in McLean, Virginia. I'm telling you, you pull me out the car, you fuck. You're making a big mistake.
Well, the issue is
you're making a big mistake.
You for a legal reason.
You stopped me because you said I pulled up. No, you didn't come to the car. You didn't come to the car and said, sir, you smell like alcohol, you smell like marijuana. None of that. None of that. You just go to your car telling me you pulling me over for a traffic stop. Go to your car and then 10 police pull up like I'm supposed to be scared or something. I done been through this plenty in my life. I'm not stepping out of shit. I'm not stepping out of shit. That's my right, dude. You don't know you don't. I'm done talking. I'm done talking.
You gonna step out of the car now?
I'm not stepping out.
No.
No.
Okay.
Give me your supervisor. Let me and him talk.
He's on the way.
All right, cool. Your sergeant, whoever's in charge.
Okay.
It's bullshit. I'm not stepping out of shit. Once I step out of the vehicle, I lose my rights.
Mr. Love was unfazed when the officers pointed out his traffic violation. He defiantly repeated his claim of innocence, rejecting their accusations without hesitation.
What rights would you
Whatever,
lose?
dude.
Obviously,
You're being recorded. We're being recorded, so
you're more than welcome to record me.
I know I am. That's my right too.
Okay.
So let me roll down the window for him, so he can see, he can smell. Everything's clean. This is my work vehicle. You see my fishing poles? I like to fish.
Where you been fishing?
I'm about to go buy me a boat soon.
You're hitting the wrong button there, buddy.
Yeah, look in there. Ain't nothing in here but work tools, fishing poles, a battery from my truck that I just sold, charge it up for this guy. That's it. I don't do nothing. Whatever y'all perception is, why y'all keep pulling me over, it's fucking stop. After today, it's don't stop.
Following traffic rules.
I'm following traffic rules. Well, if I haven't followed traffic rules, check my driving record. Check my driving record. That tells you a lot. If I haven't, yes it does. Yes it does. Y'all on 68 all day. So I follow my traffic rules, dude. So
When the cops saw that Mr. Love was not one to back down and that he was aware of his rights and not going to be intimidated, they immediately shifted their approach.
I have way more tickets. Y'all just with me for no reason, which I'm with it because I need some money, free money. Okay. You want to give it to me? I'm going to get it. So, I don't need the money. I work for a living.
Listen, we have the right to order you out of the car, which we're doing.
No, you don't.
We do.
No, you don't. I haven't did anything wrong, sir.
Don't scan the car with anybody.
I haven't did anything wrong. I let y'all slide on 6 date when y'all pulled me and my little girl out of the car one night. I let y'all have that. That officer, he's no longer working with you guys. I let y'all have that. I didn't fight, and I really had y'all to the left then, dead to the left. I didn't. My auntie told me, you say, but I'm not getting out the car, man. I ain't did nothing. What you want me to, do I have a warrant? All right then.
The reason we want you
I ain't did nothing.
Listen to me.
I haven't did nothing.
Listen to me, and I'll explain this.
I'm listening.
The reason we want you out of the vehicle is because it is their policy that the occupants of the vehicle have to be out of the vehicle while they do the canine scan.
What they doing the canine scan for?
When Mr. Love began stating the facts and demanding an explanation for the stop, the officers were left speechless, unable to respond.
We can scan any vehicle we want.
For what?
Brother.
So why didn't the lady that pulled me over the other morning, why didn't she do the same process?
I have no idea. I wasn't there.
And my headlight was out, and I haven't done anything wrong. Anything.
Different officers.
How you went back there eyeballing me and go around the corner, you would have seen me.
MSP.
The dog ain't alert nothing. He came to the... They pulled me over for, this is an illegal stop, sir. If you're the sergeant or lieutenant.
What did they pull you over for?
He said he pulled me over because I didn't stop coming out of sheets, which is stupid. There's traffic coming. Why wouldn't I stop, sir?
Sir, I can't answer that. If that's
Why wouldn't I stop?
Do me a favor. Take the keys out of your
First of all, he pulled in looking at my vehicle while I'm pumping gas.
We're not going to argue with the debate here.
Are you the sergeant?
I am. If he stopped you for not stopping, then that's the probable cause for what we're doing.
This is a traffic stop. Why can't he just write me a ticket and I go by my way?
Because he has indicators that he wants to run a dog around there.
For what though? For what is the reason?
Mr. Love handled the situation with impressive legal knowledge, leaving the officers struggling to respond as his expertise put them on the defensive.
We typically run a dog around the car.
Drugs? Okay, but he haven't said anything about drugs when he came to the car. He never said once he suspected me doing anything, sir.
Why is it necessary
Nothing.
for us to argue about this?
It's not
If you have nothing in
because if I'm telling you I haven't done anything wrong and he's saying that I have,
Okay.
it's his word against mine.
Okay.
I haven't done
So
anything.
then if you have nothing,
Absolutely
to
nothing.
worry about, you can let them do their job here and you can go about your business.
They can scan the car around. I'm not getting out though.
Once a dog alerts,
They get it ain't gonna alert. Well, that you just automatically saying the dog's gonna alert. That's what you're saying. You on camera.
I said if.
No, you're pretty much telling me that.
I said if the dog alerts, you
that's
get out.
like you're pretty much saying
Are we gonna
What
stand
up?
here?
you just telling me what you're gonna do. Whether or wait, it don't matter what y'all do, man. There's nothing in the vehicle.
Can you at least turn your ignition off for me?
There's nothing in the vehicle, so you're just gonna want to violate my rights.
You have nothing to worry
Go ahead and violate them.
Despite Mr. Love's demands for an explanation, the officers searched the vehicle without offering any justification and disregarding his questions.
Yes, it is. You just gonna violate the right. You can open the back door and let them in if you want.
Keep your hands in the car while the dog's out.
You can open the door and let them in. They searching to put the K9 around the car, y'all. For what reason? I don't know. Didn't say anything about nothing when he pulled me over, but all of a sudden he wanted me out of my vehicle to search my car when I have done anything wrong. Nothing.
Yep.
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is my work vehicle. I fish in it. I work on people's shit. I just got an oil change. Look,
Thanks, Dad. I'll be right back with you.
just got an oil change recent, just 10 minutes ago. And he gonna tell me I pull out of the sheets without stopping when there's oncoming traffic. What sense does that make? You tell me. This is America we living in, right?
Where you been fishing at? Anywhere good?
This is America. This is bullshit.
Mr. Love, visibly agitated and frustrated, was stopped by the police without cause, and they refused to offer any explanation for the search.
Bullshit. I shouldn't have to go through this. Shouldn't have to go through it. I didn't go to work because I was sick today. Went and got blood work done, got my oil changed, and now I have to deal with some stupid like this. Cumberland PD. No wonder they got the petition out on that officer, whoever the fuck he is. It's gonna be some more. So lawsuit coming. Free money. By the way, sir, I've been fishing at Jennings, Randolph Lake.
Okay, how's it been
I
biting?
catching some big ass bass. I'm about to go buy me a boat here shortly, soon as y'all let me go. And that's how we doing. Yes, sir.
I'm the K9 guy.
Yep.
I just scanned the vehicle.
He alerted, didn't he?
No.
Yeah, because obviously now, because I mentioned he didn't. It's bull, man. Nothing against you personally. Nothing at all. It's just the way y'all treat people out here for absolutely nothing is fucking ridiculous. And it has nothing to do with you personally.
After completing the search and finding nothing, the officers realized their mistake. They then approached Mr. Love, asking questions they should have asked before starting the search.
You got a bus coming through.
What's your name, sir?
Baluch, B-A-L-U-C-H.
He's been cool. You can finish what you was telling me.
So
Sorry.
All good, bro.
Cut you off, bro.
like I said, dog didn't alert to the vehicle, but I always interview anybody after I scan, whether the dog alerts or not.
Yeah.
Just because I want to make sure the dog is doing what he's supposed to. So there's never been any drugs in the car, nothing like that.
No.
All right. Works for me.
No drugs in the car, sir. This is my work car.
Where you work at?
I work for Triton Construction. You see that one way they putting in downtown?
Down on Baltimore.
We putting in a one-way street. I work for that company.
Okay.
But I'm on the Hagerstown side. We building the bridge out there on 70.
No shit.
Yes.
Is this a fleet vehicle then?
What do you mean by that?
Like, I just seen the Missouri plates. Are you from Missouri?
No, it's Mississippi Tags. I'm with the union, so I travel for work.
Okay.
The authorities gave Mr. Love another warning letter and let him go after discovering nothing in the car.
I'm free to go?
The officer will be with you here in a second.
Okay.
But as far as the dog stuff, you're done. They just have to finish your warning or whatever they're doing, and then you're...
Thank you, sir. No, they don't need to give me no warning. He need to write me a ticket. Because they keep giving me warnings, but he keeps saying I keep violating the law. So
what's your warning here?
that's another warning.
Because I don't write
I've
tickets.
done nothing.
I don't feel like police
Another warning.
writing tickets, but here's your warning.
Yep.
Here's your information
Cool.
bag.
Yep.
Have a good day.
Yep. I'm on my way to the precinct now. God damn it. File me a lawsuit. Checking out, guys. Thank you.
The officers must be aware of their responsibilities and perform their work with the highest level of accountability and care. These cops' power trip backfired hard, but the next story takes things to a whole new level.
Turn around, put your hands in the car.
What I do? Man, what I do? Y'all ain't telling me what I do, man.
Dude.
On February 1st, 2016, 3 Georgia officers were out to find Michael Clay. With an arrest warrant in hand, they spotted someone sitting in a car near his home, whom they believed matched the description of the suspect. That is all it took for them to swarm in, 0 hesitation and 0 confirmation.
What's your name, man? What's your name? I'm going to ask you one more time. We probably need to talk to you.
Let me
What's your name?
A call for 12,608
Stand up.
Mercy Court.
Stand up. Turn around, put your hands in the car.
They got it all wrong. The man in the car was not Michael Clay, but 24-year-old Patrick Mumford. No ID and no confirmation, yet the officer chose to escalate the situation anyway.
Turn around, put your hands in the car.
What I do? Man, what I do? Y'all ain't telling me what I do, man.
Dude, you got a warrant, dude. You got a warrant.
I just came back from my probation officer.
Get your hand off the wheel. This is going to get bad for you.
No, man. Hey, Jack, call my people, Jack. No, man.
You got a taser?
No.
All right, taser.
Back up.
Taser.
Man, go ahead.
Tase him.
Come out.
Tase him.
Man, yo, that's wrong.
Get your hands out now. You got 3 seconds.
Hold on, man.
3 seconds.
Do not reach. Get up. Put your hands on the car.
Patrick was still trying to make sense of the chaos as he had done nothing wrong. However, the police had little interest in facts or clarity. They rushed to the situation and pulled out their firearms, further intensifying it.
All right, tase him. Get off. Get off.
Move. Coming out or not? Man, y'all
Dude, stand back. Stand back.
No.
Get out of the car now. We're not telling you again.
You better get out of the car. Y'all ain't letting me know what's going on. Get out of the car.
You have a warrant. Get out of the car. Tase him. Tase him.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Man, y'all better leave me alone. Get out of the car. Man, y'all better leave me alone, cousin. Move, Fox, move!
Patrick was thrown to the ground by 3 cops, one using brutal force without hesitation. He cried out for help, but no one cared.
Really? Handcuff him now! Handcuff him! You gotta get it again! Man. Oh, cousin. Okay. Hey, Jay, Hey, Jay. Call my people, man. Call my people, Jay. Call my people, Jay. Hey, Jay. Take my wallet, Jay. Take my wallet, Jay. Man, this shit all in my back. I'm gonna get it. You gotta stop. Don't pull it off. You're gonna cut yourself.
You been searched good?
Nope. He keeps reaching for his back. 1203. What's seen in Vincent Winfield, 7699.
Oh, this is my head. Y'all can do all that.
Stop.
Quit resisting.
I got him, guys. Just search whatever he's going for.
Even after taking him down, the officers showed no mercy, pinning Patrick against the hood of the cruiser like a criminal. Because of how unsettling the scenario was, a neighbor couldn't stay silent and came out to confront the officers head on.
You're gonna get tased again in a second.
Let me walk. I'm gonna walk.
You're gonna get tased again.
You stood on my car.
Hey, just stop, man. Stop.
Fuck your car. Relax, man. Fuck your car.
Okay, you're fine.
You need to calm your little self down. Let them do what they need to do. Now, whatever the issue is, you're at the wrong place with it at my mama's house.
He has a warrant, ma'am.
He just pulled up out of
Okay,
nowhere.
just calm down. You're not making it no
They're double
better.
locked. Can you give me a pair of gloves, Wilson, so I can get these prongs out?
The woman showed more sense than the trained officers. Moments later, one officer checked Patrick's wallet, finally looking at his ID, and that's when it hit them. They had the wrong man all along.
You got his ID?
Yeah.
Hey, get my keys. Get my keys out the
Camera.
car. My car. Call these people,
Okay, dude. Here's the deal, dude.
How long I had a warrant?
I don't know if you got a warrant, because you're not who I'm looking for, but here's the deal. When I ask you for ID because you look a lot like the person we're looking for...
Man, y'all is ow!
Even after realizing their mistake, the officer dared to defend their action, proof of the unchecked arrogance that comes with a badge and a broken sense of accountability.
You caught yourself a charge you didn't need to catch, man. All you had to do is give me this.
But the way you came up, asked me out of nowhere.
Because you look exactly like...
Look like the guy.
What's the guy name?
Do you know him? Who stays here? Let me ask you that.
He
Is
don't stay here.
there someone here that stays here that looks like you? Who do you think? Go through your brain right now and think who I might be looking for that looks a little bit like you.
Shit.
Michael?
He is not Michael.
Okay, I know that now. But when I walk up there and ask him...
My name's Patrick.
No.
I said Patrick.
Y'all didn't have no right.
We actually do have a right, sir.
Came to the office holder and asked if Michael's here.
Okay.
Yes.
The picture we have...
They look exactly.
They look a good bit alike, man. To you, maybe not, man, but to the picture we have, I walk...
This was a blatant case of racial injustice, made worse by the officers' refusal to acknowledge their mistake. Instead of de-escalating, they only added fuel to the fire.
He had his ID on him. I asked him for his ID 3 times, ma'am. That's all on video. It's all on video. I said, ma'am, dude, let me get your ID. And he started climbing with the car and pulling away from us.
Why would you try to run from the police? He didn't do anything. They thought he was Michael because he pulled up here in the yard like he lived here. So they thought he was Michael.
It's all videoed, okay? And we tried. We gave him 4 chances.
Patrick, where your car keys? What do you think
Right now, we're just obstruction because he didn't want to comply with us, okay, when we asked him for everything.
If one of y'all live here, can you point out such and such person?
My man...
Just come right up. What's your name? Y'all gonna take him to jail?
Instead of clearing Patrick's name and apologizing for the unnecessary use of a taser, the officer went ahead and arrested him for obstruction. However, the tables were turned when an internal investigation was launched. The charges against Patrick were dropped and all 4 officers faced discipline. As a final measure, the city paid Patrick $100,000 and a full settlement for his claims against both the city and the police department. Now, if you thought that takedown was satisfying, buckle up. The next citizen serves cold justice.
Are you familiar with the Bill of Rights?
Am I familiar with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the First, the Fourth,
Amendment,
the
freedom of
Fifth
speech.
Amendment?
Yes, are you?
On February 11th, 2024, an individual and his car legally parked when a police officer suddenly appeared and started questioning him. The officer didn't care about facts, just another case of authority flexing without reason.
Everything okay?
Everything's okay.
Okay. I'm Officer McGee with the Violent Police Department. Just to let you know, everything is being audio and video recorded.
Likewise.
All right. We got a call. Somebody had noticed that you were sitting here for an extended period of time. So mainly we're just checking to make sure that everything's all right.
Everything's perfect.
Okay. Is there a reason why you may be sitting here?
Do I have to answer any questions?
I'm just curious as to why you've been sitting here for as long as you have.
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent since I'm not breaking any laws.
All right. Are you the registered owner of this vehicle? I have the tag, so I have a name. And are you?
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right without having a lawyer present to answer questions.
Are you in need of any assistance, sir? Any medical assistance at all?
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right since I'm not breaking any laws and there's no law, I have no lawyer present.
Okay. All right, just sit tight for me, okay?
Am I detained? Am I detained? Am I detained?
When the man calmly asked if he was being detained, the officer went silent, refusing to answer, a clear sign he had no legal ground but pushed forward anyway.
Hello, sir.
Hi. Are you familiar with the Bill of Rights?
Am I familiar with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the First, the Fourth,
Amendment,
the
freedom of
Fifth
speech.
Amendment?
Yes, are you?
Are you also familiar with the Bill of Rights?
Yep.
The First, the Fourth, the Fifth Amendment?
Yep.
I'm going to invoke my First, my Fourth, and my Fifth Amendment right now.
How about you, sir? Are you familiar with them as well?
I am very familiar with them.
So the reason why we're here, I'll tell you what it is straight up. I mean, somebody called us. They're saying you're out here, right? They're concerned because you're sitting here, and they're not sure if they have a restraining order in effect, right? So they're not sure if you're affiliated with that person or you're possibly that person. That's why we're out here. So as long as, I mean, not to give you a hard time, right?
Their restraining order doesn't have anything to do with me.
Okay, that's why we're just verifying. All right?
I got it, but it has nothing to do with me. I'm not doing anything illegal.
Officer Capazzi claimed that they got a call from someone with a restraining order in the area, but never explained how that had anything to do with the man.
Their fears don't trump my rights.
I'm just letting you know why we're here.
I got you.
Because they called us, and that's why we're here.
And I'm going to re-invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent without a lawyer present from this point. Am I being detained?
Are you being detained
Yes.
right now? Yes. We're doing an investigation for a possible TRO violation.
That involves me?
We're not sure if it involves you or not yet.
So then,
that's why we're trying to figure it out right now. Don't worry. We'll figure it out.
You're detaining me for no crime? Okay.
I'm sorry?
You're detaining me for no crime?
No, we're not. We're speaking to you. We're just trying to figure out what's going on.
You said I'm detained. Speaking is one thing. Detaining is another thing. You're detaining me, right?
We're calling our supervisor. I don't know. What are you doing here, sir? Is there a reason why you're here?
Do I have to answer any questions?
Do you have to? We'll get to that. Just stand by then. Don't answer anything right now.
If the officers truly had articulable facts and followed proper procedure, they would know exactly who the restraining order was against. Instead, they stuck around targeting the wrong man with zero justification.
Are you driving this big SUV here, right?
Him.
Oh, that's him? Okay. I got you.
Coming up behind.
Hey, can I get a card number?
Well, I don't have it yet.
Yeah, whenever you get a chance.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Explain to them why we were originally here.
Yeah, I told them we're investigating a TRO, possible TRO violation.
All right. So that's the only reason why we approached you. The call was a concern about you being here and if whether or not you may be associated with that restraining order. As of right now, you're not doing anything wrong. You're parked on the side of the road. Your vehicle is registered. If you should happen to go somewhere you are not supposed to be, which may violate some sort of court order, then we will handle that situation accordingly.
Of course.
Okay.
I expect that, yes.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
You're the supervisor?
Do I have a supervisor?
No. Are you the supervisor?
I'm not the supervisor.
Oh, that's fine. You're the one who's driving this big
I'm the
SUV?
original one.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Okay.
No problem, man.
All right.
Sure, no problem, man. Cool.
You don't need anything from us, though, correct, sir?
No, I don't need
You're
anything,
not
man.
in need of any assistance?
No, just the card number, that's all.
You want the case number?
Yes, please, if you don't mind.
What the officers conveniently forgot is that someone feeling scared doesn't erase someone's constitutional right. Fear is not probable cause, and it sure isn't a free pass to violate the law.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
All right, sir.
I appreciate it.
You have a good day.
Thanks.
Held without cause, just waiting to come up with a charge. That is not policing, that is illegal detainment. This kind of abuse of power has to end. And it didn't stop there. Officers actually brought out a helicopter, all to check if the man might be the one with the restraining order. Tax dollars being burned for a guess. This wasn't law enforcement, it was harassment in the sky. Moving on, this next police officer tried an illegal raid into a house, but was instantly owned.
Please.
Open the door.
I will open it. I can't. I have kids.
Jericho.
I
have kids.
Cops often escalate simple situations unnecessarily, but sometimes they face instant karma and are put back in their place. Today we will dive into cases where corrupt police officers were held accountable after they messed up. On November 3rd, 2024, Idaho Falls police approached a quiet neighborhood looking for a man named Jericho. What started off as a routine inquiry spiraled out of control within seconds.
That better. Oh, hello. Hold on, putting kids to bed. Hold on. Let me turn this on. Hi.
Hi, Angel. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey.
Bye.
That was Jericho. Jericho's inside.
Oh, yeah.
Open the door.
I will.
I'm gonna kick it in
Hold
about
on, just
3.
I have 2
2,
kids in there. Will you
1.
please?
Open the door.
I will open it. I have kids. I have kids.
Jericho.
I have kids.
Jericho.
I have kids. I have kids. Please. I have kids. I will. I have kids.
Why are we opening doors? It's private property.
I have kids.
Yeah.
I have kids.
Whoa.
Okay, walk to us.
We're good.
You're under arrest, Jericho.
That's not Jericho.
I'm not Jericho.
I know.
This
I'm
officer just kicked open the door.
Right? And she had the opportunity to open and she refused.
No, that's not.
Jericho has a.
Where's your warrant?
Jericho has a warrant.
Hold on.
Get him up
Where
here.
is your paper warrant, officer?
I don't need it. Hey, you know what?
You don't need
You're
it?
detained. Come here.
The situation escalated when, even after the woman agreed to open the door, the officer ignored her and violently kicked it open.
And I'm staying out of the way.
Thank you. Then sit down and be quiet.
I'm recording this whole thing though.
Okay? He has a warrant for felon possession.
No, where's your paper?
Come here right now. Do I need to come in there and arrest you in front of your kids?
Hold on, please don't.
Come out here.
Show me the paper
Kyle,
warrant.
stop.
I don't need a paper warrant. He has a warrant, felon in possession of a firearm, which is my gun was out.
I promise.
Do you want to be detained?
Don't do this. Please.
Okay? Knock it off.
Please. Kyle.
Jericho!
Kyle,
Come to the sound of my voice! I need you guys out of here because he's dangerous. I'm going to come in and get you here in a second.
There's no weapons, I promise.
I'm going to come in and get you in a second unless you come to me right now.
I promise. There's kids here. They're right.
I know my
Are
law,
your
sir.
kids
Yeah,
right
do
here?
you?
Kyle.
Because there's a felon in here with a warrant.
Kyle, are the kids right
Okay.
here?
You're going to detain me.
Kyle!
I am going
You're
to.
holding next to my kids.
No, I'm not. I'm going to detain you because of how you're acting right now.
Jericho's brother-in-law Kyle was defiant and refused to comply with the police. Rather, he took out his phone and started filming his interaction with Officer David Shaner.
Jericho!
I'm recording this all.
Yeah, so are we, dude.
Yep.
Okay, come here. You're bothering me. Come here. You're a safety issue now.
How am I safe?
Come here. Stand up.
I'm not doing anything. Nope. I am not doing absolutely anything. I'll put my hands towards palms together. Can I put my palms together like you're supposed, like you want me to?
Yeah.
I'm not resisting. No.
Good.
That's perfectly fine.
Okay, do you have a vehicle or something I can put the kids in?
For what?
Because we're
So they're not sitting there with a guy.
If he doesn't come out.
Yeah.
Because you guys think it's okay to hang out with felons. They don't want it.
Do you have a vehicle that they...
And you've allowed
Hey,
Where's your warrant?
He's my brother.
do you have a vehicle that they can go into?
So you can step into a
Yes, I can.
house without a warrant.
Yes, I can.
This is about the kids. Stop.
Okay, it's cold.
You two are about
Stop.
to have some shirts.
Good Lord, dude.
I am not. I'm thinking about the kids. He's
So are we.
crying.
He doesn't.
Do you want the keys?
Do you not understand
I'm
that
being
everything
quiet.
was going to
I'm
be
being quiet,
okay
sir.
until you created this problem?
I'm being quiet.
Do you get this?
Hold on.
Or are you that thick that you can't understand
This
it?
is my brother. We have nothing.
Things took a turn for the worse when the cops quickly detained Kyle and took the kids out of the house instead of choosing a calmer approach.
I would like badge numbers and everything from all the
Yeah,
officers.
Kyle, you know what? We'll get to all that. Okay?
I'm not being hyphy with you, sir.
Dude, I want you to stop
Okay.
talking. Okay? I want you to just stop. Okay. Hey. Yeah, I get it. We're going to pull up a vehicle so they can sit in there so you guys can all sit in there and not be cold out here.
That's fine.
Okay?
Well, I got pulled over for a blinker and I got...
It's not about you
No,
right
it's
now.
just the way the...
Stop.
Okay.
It's about your kids right now, please.
Here's the thing.
The last couple
Here's the
days
thing.
has just been shit.
I'm going to try to make this easy, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm pretty close to just calling SWAT and filling this house full of gas and breaking all the windows, and I'd rather not do that.
I will get him out.
So
You go to the alley. I just got home. I will go. Please don't do that.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, right?
The cops even went so far as to threaten Kyle for felony harboring after trespassing into their house.
You heard me, right?
Like I don't want you to cooperate because, like right now,
I 100%
because of
will.
what happened with the door and you not opening the door, I can take you right now for felony harboring.
I'm not
Okay?
gonna do anything.
I would rather you cooperate and
100%.
get him out of here.
Sound my voice now.
So let me talk to him.
Something
Yep.
illegal, okay?
Give me so many chances.
Angel, come with me.
It's okay, bud. It's okay. Hold on.
Do we have eyes on him anyway?
It's okay, guys.
McLean saw him
okay.
go into a
It's
bathroom,
okay.
and then the light went out.
Jericho! This is the Idaho Falls Police Department. You are under arrest. Here's what's going to happen. This is your sister's house. If you do not give yourself up, we are going to break every window in this house. We are going to fill this house with gas. We are going to have a dog bite you. Every bad thing you can think of is going to happen is going to happen. So, why don't you be a good brother and a man who's not a little coward?
Since this wasn't Jericho's house, the cops had no legal grounds to break in. Their actions were clearly beyond the boundaries of lawful conduct.
There are no weapons in this house, just so you know. So I will go.
He's coming out.
Kyle, it's okay.
We need to see your hands, Jericho.
Okay.
Hands first. Come here.
Walk towards me. Keep your hands where we can see them. Walk towards me. Keep your hands where I can see them. Keep walking.
Okay.
Keep coming. You are under arrest. Keep coming towards me. No, keep coming towards me. Okay, stop. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
On your knees, Jericho. Get on your knees.
I have a back shoulder.
Get on your knees.
Oh, I got a back shoulder. Hey.
Go down. I'm going to cross. He's going to come in and do cuffs, okay?
Hey, I got a really bad shoulder.
Jericho showed up moments later and turned himself into the police without any resistance, which raises the question of why the situation escalated so dramatically in the first place.
Put your hands together. I can't really resist.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not going to resist. Oh.
Well, you already did that.
Okay. Oh, please.
You gotta bring your hand over, boss.
I can't really with my shoulder. Like, if you guys can double them up.
We got him. Yeah. You got it.
Yep.
Hey, sorry.
We're trying to be easy.
Yeah. Sorry. You guys scared me. Hey, you guys.
You always take responsibility for everything you do, okay? I didn't check in with my probation officer because I was fighting with my girlfriend. And I let my emotions get the best of me, okay? And I have thought the only thing that mattered in life was me being with her. And I love myself enough, okay? And I came here to see my sister and you guys. I didn't handle my stuff, okay? And these are not an issue, okay? The cops aren't bad guys. All right, I love you guys. I'm not dangerous, nothing like that, okay? But I was scared. And you gotta always handle what your responsibility is, okay, guys?
Hey, Serge, can you allow him to hug his sister at least?
As if the situation hadn't already escalated, the officer began talking to the children, making the scene even more uncomfortable.
Sorry about the scary night, fellas. You guys okay? All right, so my name's Sergeant Shaner, and we got word that your uncle was here, or not your uncle, Angel's brother, okay? Angel's brother has a warrant out for his arrest. You know what that means? That means somewhere a judge signed a thing saying, hey, Jericho's not allowed to be walking around. He has to answer for crimes that he's committed in the past. The crime that the warrant was for is called felon in possession of a firearm. There's certain people who can't own guns because they've committed certain crimes, okay? That's Jericho at this point. That doesn't mean he's a bad man. It just means that he did something at some point that disqualified him from having a gun.
At some point, which is a long time.
Sure,
ago.
right.
Just so we know, there's no guns here. There are not. Okay.
You guys good? You guys tracking with me right now?
Unless there's like safety ones.
It's almost like a criminal calmly taking pictures of the crime he committed, as the officer sat down with the children to talk after kicking in and causing a scene like that.
I don't know if Jericho has a gun or doesn't, but I have to assume that he does, for safety reasons, right? Well, when I come up here, like, I don't need to have a warrant to come into this house because Jericho's in here and he has a warrant. So, when Angel comes out to talk to me and I see Jericho shut the door and I say, hey, open the door, because I don't know what Jericho's doing and I have to assume the worst, which in some cases means the bad guy's going to get a gun and he's going to shoot me or he's going to take you guys hostage. I'm not saying this is what happened, obviously, or what could happen, but worst case scenario. So I have to be able to see the guy. I have to be able to see Jericho.
And follow the
all right?
rules.
And because Angel wouldn't open the door, I kicked the door open.
Now, it's one thing to talk to kids like that, but lying to them about their mother? This corrupt cop had no boundaries.
I want a peaceful resolution. So when I kick the door and your dad jumps up with his phone and starts freaking out and yelling and talking about rights and all these things because he doesn't understand, he becomes part of the problem. That's why your dad is in handcuffs right now. Doesn't mean your dad's going to jail. Doesn't mean he's under arrest. He was part of the problem. I had to take him out of the problem. Does that make sense? Yeah, what's up?
Just detain me?
Detain? It's not the same as arrest. It means that you're just kind of like holding. You just kind of got us. It's like timeout. That's a great example. Okay, it's just kind of a timeout. Like you're not allowed to do anything unless I say you can do it.
Even if Jericho was wrong, these officers had no legal right to barge into his sister's house like that. Their actions were a clear abuse of power since they had an arrest warrant, not a search warrant. This cop tried to cover it up, but the next twist is something that you won't see coming.
Well, I have another journalist that's filming debit and credit card information and personal information for customers, which they're not allowed to do as postal inspectors.
You were lying.
A First Amendment auditor arrived at the U.S. Post Office in Glassboro, only to be greeted by a rude employee. But wait until you hear what the postmaster had to say when the auditor complained.
Hey buddy, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Good, I'm Tom. I'm the postmaster here.
You're Tom?
Yeah.
Tom Lyon, right?
Yeah, close, but that's okay. Lions, yeah.
Tom Lyons, and you're the postmaster here?
Yeah.
I want to address a couple things with you. First, a gentleman was really rude to me. He wouldn't give me his name, and he wasn't wearing a name tag.
Okay.
Aren't you? It's not required by post office regulations for you to have a name tag. Even contractors are supposed to have a name tag that are contracted with the post office.
No, but what's not allowed is you filming in a lobby where people have packages and their addresses and their credit card information. So you're more than welcome to film. You're not.
I'm not filming any credit card information or any packages. You're saying something that you don't even know that happened. You don't know.
So
you don't know, sir.
I do, because you're filming in a lobby, right?
Yeah, correct.
So let's just talk about it. And I'm all for you doing whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm not contesting you. I'm just challenging where you're filming.
Despite the fact that the post office is public property, the postmaster didn't go back and started telling him that filming was not allowed.
Okay. So you're not allowed to film in this section where people have addresses exposed with their return address or the address exposed to where they're sending their package to. Nor are you allowed to film at the counter where they're taking their debit or credit card out and they're using that debit or credit card into the machine.
So what makes you think that, what makes you think that I'm filming anybody's personal address or any credit card information? What leads you to suspect that?
Because you're filming, period.
Because I'm filming, period?
Yeah.
That means that I'm
filming, period, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're filming, period, that means that you now have the ability to freeze that frame and focus in or zoom in on the address to or from for that specific package.
But you wouldn't know if I caught that to film it. Just another quick question for you.
Until I looked at the film, and you're obviously not going to share that. But
exactly. So
the auditor took advantage of the opportunity to school the postmaster on the rules regarding the post office.
Just another quick question for you. So, I noticed that you guys don't have the Poster 7 rules and regulations of the post office anywhere, posted anywhere here and in your lobby. And
what's that poster? What?
Poster 7 rules it's the rules and regulations governing conduct on postal property.
Okay.
So if you would have had that posted here, I would have been able to show it to you. Maybe you can pull it up on your computers because you are supposed to have it. I will be contacting I will be contacting the inspector's office.
That's fine.
And letting them know that you're not in compliance because they're the rules and regulations governing conduct on the postal property. Okay. So as the postmaster, you should be very well aware of those rules, and you should have them posted freely for everyone to see. Every post office I've ever been to has them posted. This is the first post office that I've seen that doesn't have it posted.
Gotcha.
And you were let know this, and you were made aware of this before when another journalist came in here and they were asking you about Poster 7, and you were very sure.
It turns out that the auditor had previously approached the postmaster about not displaying Poster 7, but his lack of legal rules only highlighted the bigger issue.
What happened to that journalist?
They were arrested because you lied. You lied because you made false statements against the journalist, sir.
Oh, gotcha.
That's why they were arrested.
So they arrested the journalist for my false statements.
Correct. That's exactly what happened. Because
you police report?
You said, yes, I do. You said that she was creating a disturbance, sir.
She was. Were you here?
So am I, I saw
here?
the video, sir. And so she's doing exactly what I was doing. So am I
False.
creating a disturbance?
False. She's not doing exactly what you were doing.
Exactly.
Because now you've decided to come out of the lobby area, and you've decided to take your filming over to the box section area where there is no expectation of a package or address, and there is no credit or debit card information that's personal to people and citizens of the United States. So, what you're doing is completely different than...
This postmaster clearly has no clue about the rules and policies of the post office. He is ignorant of the regulations, and he is obviously unaware of the very regulations that he is supposed to uphold.
And I'm going to continue to film as I'm gathering content, and I'm going to conduct business.
Over there. You can film over here.
So I can film anywhere in the public. If you print out, if you print,
listen, it's very simple.
If you print,
it's not an argument. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you either.
So
Why would I argue with somebody who doesn't know the rules and regulations of the post office, sir?
I'm just going to give you some simple rules and instructions.
Yeah, I don't need your rules, so I'm going to go ahead and step away from here. You should have your rules posted if you want to. If you want people to abide by the rules, you should have the rules posted.
This isn't my first rodeo.
What petty move this postmaster makes next will literally shock you.
I have another journalist that's filming debit and credit card information and personal information for customers, which they're not allowed to do as per the postal inspectors.
You are lying.
So would
you
you
are
be kind enough
lying.
to send somebody down, please?
You are lying. Don't tell me to shush. Who are you?
So, just leave me
Who are you? Who are you to tell me to shush? Who are you? Hey, hey,
have some respect.
Hey, mind your business and don't tell me what to do and don't shush me. Don't shush me. Mind your business, man. Yeah, you show me a little bit of courtesy first, and I'll show courtesy. Yeah, and so do I. And so do I. And so do
So he
I.
can say shush. Right?
Unprofessional.
Okay.
It's
so
unprofessional.
Then it's
unprofessional.
both ways.
I never told him to shush. I never told you to
You just
shush.
told him to shut your mouth. Who is he?
Yeah,
That's what you just
because
said.
because of what he told me. Of course, he has no right to. You have no right to shush me. Yeah.
Respect his phone call.
Respect his phone call in a public place. Come on, man. You're why are you involving yourself? Why are you even involving yourself in this?
He tries to retaliate in the most unexpected way by making a false report, which does nothing but demonstrates his lack of professionalism and understanding of basic rules.
So why did you just lie to the police and said that I was filming credit card information when I'm clearly not?
Let me hear some.
So, but why did you just lie to the police, Mr. Lyons? Lion? Like lying, right? So, Mr. Lyons, why did you say that?
They'll be here soon.
Yeah, but why did you say that I was filming credit card information to elicit a response?
Were you in the lobby?
Does that mean I wasn't in the lobby when nobody was there? No one's even in the lobby.
Nobody was there at all.
No one was in there at all.
You sure about that?
Yeah, for sure. Nobody with credit card information,
So
for
if we
sure.
got your film up, you're over that side, and nobody's in the lobby whatsoever.
I can guarantee you there's no credit card information
That's not what I asked. See, now you're changing your answer.
No, that's not what I'm doing. That's
You
not what I'm
said nobody
doing.
was over there.
There is. I have no credit card.
That's not what I asked.
I have no. But that's what you
not what I-
said.
no, that's not
But
what I
that's
asked.
what you said to the
I asked you a
police.
question, and you responded
But
to
you
the
said to the police. You said to the police that I was filming credit card information. You are lying. That is.
When the auditor confronted the postmaster about his lie, he had absolutely nothing to say. Rather than admitting that he lied, he began gaslighting.
I only give over ID when I have committed a crime. So unless you guys have reasonable articulable suspicion, as the law states, that I've committed a crime, I don't provide ID. So there has to be reasonable articulable suspicion. RAS. Okay. Okay, great. I'm glad. Listen, it's not against you personally, officer. It's a lot of officers don't understand that sometimes. There's no crime. He's wasting the resources of the Glassboro Police Department because there's no crime. There's no reason you guys should be here. I'm being reasonable. You know, he's just calling you just to try and flex. Just to try and flex his, whatever power or authority you think you have here, sir. You have none. You are a public servant. Call the inspectors. That's who you should call.
I work for the public.
Yeah. Yes, you do. You're a federal employee. You're a federal employee. Yes, you are. I don't even know if you guys have jurisdiction here. So, jurisdiction would fall under the Postal Inspector's Office, which is the law enforcement division of the post office here. So, I don't know if you even have jurisdiction. You would need what's called a memorandum of understanding between the United States Post Office and the Glassboro Police Department, and I don't know if you have it. But I would like to speak to a supervisor so I can see if you guys have that first. You're a supervisor. Do you know of any such memo between the post office?
I'm not sure. I don't have one handy. How you doing? You gotta get by.
Sure, sir. I'm sorry. Sorry for blocking your way.
Next, this private investigator was illegally stopped, and he made sure to hold the clueless officers fully accountable.
I will be filing an internal affairs complaint against you. Not that your corrupt internal affairs will do anything about it. It's a thick blue line. I used to be part of it. I understand it.
Cops believe they have unlimited authority and can intimidate anyone they wish. Well, here are some times they got up against the wrong individual and ended up getting humiliated in no time. In September 2020, a private investigator was working a case near a residence when an officer pulled up and ordered him to step out of his car. The officer then demanded ID, unaware he was dealing with someone with a far better understanding of the law than he did.
And then you were relocated here. This is what was dispatched to me.
Okay,
and you're parked in front of somebody's house. This is not a normal place for people to be parked.
Okay.
And I am asking you to identify yourself.
Okay.
Okay, and you have to, by law, identify yourself. I need your ID, sir, to verify who you are.
I have to identify myself if you suspect me. Florida, is this a Terry stop? Am I being detained?
You are, right now. Yes, you are.
Under suspicion of what crime, sir?
Loitering and prowling.
Do you know what loitering is? Under the statute, loitering?
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to give me your driver's license here in a minute, or you're going to go to jail for resisting.
Okay.
I'm being honest with you.
I'm going to give him a license, then I'm going to file an internal affairs complaint on you for violating my Fourth Amendment right.
The investigator was forced to hand over his ID under the threat of arrest, but the officer was about to realize he had messed with the wrong guy.
If you want to sit around and wait for a supervisor, we're more than happy to do that.
Well, you got no problem sitting here detaining me.
Do you want to sit around and wait for a supervisor?
I asked for a supervisor. I'd like for you to call a supervisor. I'm glad you got a smile on your face while you're violating my rights. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I suggest you refresh yourself on the law and what reasonable suspicion is. You go ahead and smile now. I will be filing an internal affairs complaint against you. Not that your corrupt internal affairs will do anything about it. Apparently you boys in blue don't know how to break that line.
He wasn't about to let the officer violate his rights and walk away unchallenged. While waiting for the supervisor to arrive, he put the deputy in his place.
There's no public
Yeah, but you also know
there's
that you have to have a reasonable cause to run my tag through David. That's why that state trooper, that's why the Florida Highway Patrol trooper got sued, right?
Okay, sir, listen. If I ran your emergency contact, looked at your emergency contact information,
Just a minute.
that we're not allowed.
6429 with a valid.
You need to move your vehicle out from in front of her house.
Why?
So you need to move the vehicle out from your house.
So you're saying it's illegal for me to sit there?
Is there even a shoulder? You're parked in the grass. Is there even
It's
a
an
shoulder
easement,
there?
33 feet from the center line. Are you giving me a lawful
You're free to
command?
go. You can go, or you can wait for the supervisor to come.
I'm going to wait for the supervisor.
Please do. Don't go back in your vehicle.
Why can't I go back in my vehicle?
Because I'm standing out here and I don't know what's in your vehicle.
So once again, once the supervisor leaves and you leaves, am I allowed to sit there and stay there? That's a simple yes or no question.
Why are you sitting here?
I am working.
Okay.
The officer clearly needed to revisit the Constitution, though it's doubtful he had ever read it. The investigator was now ready to expose the officer's ignorance.
You've came here, you've required me to show ID when I didn't have to. I'm sitting on the side of a road, I haven't broken a law, and you abused your authority. That gun and that badge doesn't give you abusive rights.
Can I just ask you a quick question?
Sure, go right ahead.
Do you have a house?
Do I have a house?
Do you live somewhere?
No, I live under a rock.
See, now you're being sarcastic, and I'm just asking you honest questions. You're
What
getting
do
upset.
you
I'm not even
think?
So you live in a house. You got private property, right? So you, in your experience,
Yeah.
if somebody was parked right in front of your house like that vehicle is,
Yeah.
would that rouse your suspicion?
Perhaps, yeah.
Would you call law enforcement?
No.
You'd probably go out and handle it yourself.
Probably.
Would you arm yourself and go out there and do it?
May or may not.
Okay, well, not everyone has that courage, sir. They're not as brave as you. So that's when they call us, because this is who we swore our oath to, the citizens of Alhambra County.
The investigator made it clear officers swear an oath to protect, not violate people's rights, as the deputy had done in this case. Despite the deputy's attempts to laugh it off and provoke him, the investigator refused to let the situation de-escalate.
Do you think this is funny, Deputy?
No, I do not think
Let's
this
make
is
it
funny.
serious. Let's talk to each other, two gentlemen, okay? You do understand the Fourth Amendment, right, Deputy? What does the Fourth Amendment guarantee?
I'm not going to sit here.
See, you don't want to talk about something, you're going to lose that.
You keep shutting me down. I'm trying to explain to you what's
No,
going
you're
on.
not. You're avoiding it. I'm answering your questions, and you don't want to answer mine. Go
I'm
ahead.
trying to explain this very nicely to you, sir.
Suspicion.
I have, and that's all I need.
That-
Reasonable suspicion that a crime is or about or has been committed.
Am I in bizarro world, or is this deputy not understanding the English language? Okay, listen to me once again. In order to require me to ID myself, see,
This
you don't want to
conversation's
listen.
going in circles.
No, because you're not
You're standing
listening.
here for the supervisor. I don't particularly want to talk to you anymore. You're free to get in your car and leave.
No,
if you
see,
want to get in your
you're
car,
not
you can
listening.
leave, or you can wait for the supervisor.
The deputy clearly did not understand that mere suspicion is not enough to detain someone. Reasonable, articulable suspicion is required. The investigator then posed another question, and once again, the crooked cop had no answer.
You have no control or custody over me.
You're not coming
I don't
near
have,
me.
You don't tell me what to do.
I'm telling you, you're not coming near me. You're gonna.
I'm not coming near you. I'm looking to see what this deputy. Make sure you don't get a rifle and shoot me. You know, you cops aren't known for shooting people. You want to say suspicion. Suspicion is not a crime. Loitering, which is also contempt of cop, that standard's also not met, because under the Florida statute, you must give me a reason to articulate why I'm in the area I am. I explained to you that I'm an investigator and I'm working. I can tell by your body language, man. I'm a certified interrogator. I've been doing this job for 16 years. All right? Look at your body. Look at your body language.
We can't have a conversation. I
Really?
tried to have a conversation.
What are we doing
and
now?
all you're doing is jumping up and down. You're
I'm
all
jumping
upset.
up and down.
You don't know anything. You're being insulting. You're being rude. But you want me to be nice to you. That's
I'm not
how you
asking
want
you
this
to be. I'm not asking you to be nice. You haven't been nice to me. You violated my Fourth Amendment. You're telling me what to do and what I can't do. You told me I can't stay there when I have every legal right to sit there. See, you think that's all okay. Because once again, you have that gun and that badge, and you think that gives you the right to tell people what to do when you have no legal authority to do so.
The deputy was clearly out of his depth, and continuing the conversation seemed pointless, so the investigator decided to wait in his car, but the deputy found yet another issue with that.
But I'm gonna just go wait up at my vehicle.
Yeah, sir, I don't listen to me. Do not go. I do not know what's in your vehicle.
I didn't say in. I did not say
you're gonna either wait here or you're gonna leave. You're not going near that vehicle.
I'm just gonna go stand
You're not
over there.
going near that vehicle. I do not know what's in that vehicle, and the way you're acting right now, I don't trust you. You're gonna either stand here, wait for the supervisor, or you're gonna tell me you're gonna leave, and then we're gonna get in our car and leave.
Am I being detained?
How would you like to? What did I just tell you? You can leave, but then we're leaving. That's the bottom line. If you're going back to the vehicle, we're gonna get
Go
out.
ahead and leave. I'll wait for the supervisor.
She's not coming up here by herself. I can tell you that right now. She's not, and I would not allow her.
I'm such a scary guy. Is it okay if I put my ID back in my wallet?
Absolutely.
Okay. I have no weapons on me.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna make any furtive movements. Make sure you don't pull your weapon and shoot. Okay.
Sir, you can put your ID back in your pocket.
All right. I appreciate that. All right. I'm gonna move now. Okay.
Okay.
It's crazy how these officers continue to violate people's rights under the guise of officer safety. Despite being armed and outnumbering the individual, they seem to be far too intimidated by him to back down.
Has this officer explained to you what's happened?
It's my understanding someone called in about your vehicle being parked on private property.
Okay.
All right. And then that you weren't happy with the way they were handling it. And so
Okay.
they called me.
May I ask you, is what I'm doing sitting here, is that a crime?
If this is private property, yes.
Okay. It's public easement, is it not?
Without looking at.
You know what public easement is,
I know
correct?
what an easement is,
Okay. All right. Now, you're a sergeant, so I know you've been on the force for a while.
Correct.
I'm sure, although not semantically accurate with the law, you're probably accurate enough to know how far easement goes off the road. And the fact that someone pulled right off the shoulder is on public easement. I mean, if you would give me that much? Okay.
The sergeant arrived, and although she was much more ready to listen to what the investigator had to say, she wasn't going to side with the truth.
Where I draw the issue is when this deputy over here demanded under the threat of arrest for me to ID myself, when I clearly articulated to this deputy, by the U.S. Constitution, I'm guaranteed a Fourth Amendment right. Not only that, under Florida statute and Florida Constitution, under Florida statute, he must either have RAS or PC that I've either committed a crime or about to commit a crime.
I'm going to stand over here if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So when we make contact with someone, that's the first thing we do is identify them so we know who we're out with.
That's your policy. I agree with that. But again, I'm talking about the law when he has a right to demand under the color of authority code, U.S. Code 18, Section 242, which is deprivation of rights under the color of law. When you all put that badge on and take an oath, you become what's under the color of law. You have authority given to you. And he must meet certain requirements in order to use that authority under the color of law.
It turned out the supervisor wasn't any better, and things quickly went from bad to worse for the investigator.
And actually, under the law, if I'm not allowed to tell law enforcement, I can get in trouble with the law if I tell you who I'm working.
I don't.
Statute 493.
Well, I know in the past when we
What?
have
I never asked you.
I'm sorry?
I never asked you where you're working.
Okay, would you like me to stop the video?
Hold on.
You want to stand fast on that, deputy?
Listen, I'm standing here to help. Okay, just.
Yeah, but he just told a lie.
Okay, well,
I know in the past when people are working as a private investigator, they will call our communications
yes.
to let them know I'm out here at this address, so we don't get calls like this, right? So we could have avoided this whole situation.
No, that's not necessarily true, and you are correct. That's something we normally do. It is a courtesy. It's not a requirement.
Right.
Nothing's going to come of it. All right. I've been doing my activism for years, and you know, it's not a thin blue line. It's a thick line. I used to be part of it. I understand it. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. But I have an issue. I want this gentleman count. I explained to him, it's not that I don't want to give you my ID, but because I'm an activist, I stand firm on my constitutional rights. I explained to him about the Fourth Amendment, and I explained he doesn't have a legal right to demand my ID.
Well, we're here for a call. We're here for a purpose. It's not like this was a self-initiated call. We got a call from a citizen. We have a legal right to be here.
Yes.
The sergeant seemed completely clueless, and despite being educated by the citizen, she continued to side with her corrupt deputy.
For a Terry stop, okay?
This isn't a Terry stop.
Exactly. It wasn't a traffic, and I'm not required to produce ID. This is not a stop and ID state. In the state of Florida, under statute, in order for me to be required to ID myself, you must either suspect me of committing a crime or about to commit a crime, and you must either have PC of that or RAS. He kept on saying his reasonable suspicion was just suspicion. That's what he thinks his standard is for me to be required to ID. And I asked him, sir, suspicion of what crime?
Yes, I would like to, at this point, move on, though, and try to get this resolved. I'm sure you obviously have a job to do, right?
Yeah,
You're on.
but how's it going to be resolved? I would like acknowledgement, and if you don't feel comfortable, I'd like for you to say so for the record.
No, you're not being detained, but anytime, like on a traffic stop, when we approach a vehicle and someone needs to get something out of their vehicle, we walk with them.
But it's over with. He was done with me. He said I couldn't get back in my vehicle until he left. He doesn't have any right to control me like that.
All right, like I said, you're here on a job, and I know you said you won't tell us who you work for or whatever. Is there any way that we can confirm that you're here doing a private investigate? Or
I gave my investigator's license.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm
yes,
sorry.
Ma'am.
It is incredibly difficult to get a police officer to admit wrongdoing. The investigator kept voicing his concerns, but the corrupt sergeant remained stubborn, continuing to flex her authority.
Oh, so since I'm
right, like I said, I want to move forward at this point and try to resolve it. Obviously, like I said, they were here on a call. She's, you know, a mom, young kids. She's saying, I guess there's a bus stop right down here.
I have no problem with none of that.
So when they show up and make contact with you, they have a right to ask for your identification.
Ask. They have a right to ask. He does not have a right to threaten me with arrest, which he did.
Well, honestly, right when they show up on a call and they ask for your ID and you refuse to give it to them when they're here for a lawful reason, that could be considered resisting without. That is an arrestable offense.
I know the subsection for resisting without violence. It's not. I have 2 cases going to the Florida Supreme Court.
Okay.
One of them is over this very same matter, which I'm about to sue the state for $5 million. All right, so I think I'm pretty well versed on what I'm doing.
The female supervisor was clearly no match for this fierce citizen, who soon realized he wouldn't get anything out of this.
The U.S. Constitution and being a servant to the citizens, I expect you to uphold the law, because you guys take every opportunity to say that I'm enforcing the law. But when I see officers break the law, they're not so quick to stand fast on it. And that's what that deputy has done. He has broken the law by violating my constitutional rights. And I know that's maybe all, we can just brush that aside, that's no big deal, we're doing what we're supposed to do. I'm asking you to really look deep into it, what I'm saying. We're losing our way in this country, deputy. I'd like you to research the law, and if you verify what I said is true, I want him counseled. I will be doing a PRR on his video and audio, and I will be filing an internal affairs complaint because I believe I'm steadying my claim. Thank you for your time, man. Is it okay for me to go to my vehicle? Okay.
This guy was 100% grounded in the law, standing up for his rights and what he believed was the truth. This is how every citizen should handle their interactions with the police. He continued to file a complaint against the deputy, and it is highly likely he will also pursue a lawsuit against the deputy and the city. While this cop messed with the wrong person, this next tyrant made an even bigger mistake.
Get out of the car. Get out of the goddamn car before you get tased. What up, sir? Put this motherfucker in park!
In May 2023, Deputy Creech of the Galveston County Sheriff's Office flagged down Mr. Sanyal, who was approaching a roadblock in the middle of the road. While it seemed like a normal stop at first, things were about to escalate quickly.
Watch out, Harley! Yeah, alright. Just bring it around here to where this wreck is.
Be obnoxious.
All right, just I'll call you back. Well, yeah, there's a police car right in the middle of the road.
What's going on?
And you're all on me. Where's your driver's license?
My driver's license is in my wallet, but I'm trying to get home. Right here. What's going on? Why is the road blocked?
Okay, do you see lights and police cars at roadblock and you think you're going to drive through it?
I'm going normal speed, but what's going on?
Normal speed, there's a car in the lane of traffic.
I know, why is there a car in the lane of traffic?
Mr. Sanyal was confused by the situation and calmly asked the deputy about what was happening. However, the deputy misinterpreted his questions and instead of providing clarity, took actions that escalated the situation in an unexpected and troubling direction.
Is that your concern?
Absolutely, it's obviously on the opposite.
You ready to go to jail?
Sir, please,
Sir, please what? How about you come stand in the middle of the road and let a car come hauling at you?
I'm going at like 40 miles an hour, man.
Get out.
Park police lights.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Sir.
Get out of the car.
Get out.
Can I ask you what's going on? Hey.
Get out of the car.
I'm recording all that.
Get out of the car.
Dude, please, I'm putting my wallet in my pocket.
Get out of the car. Get out of the goddamn car before you get tased.
What sir?
Put this motherfucker in park.
Man.
Probably one of the worst police interactions you'd ever see. Deputy Creech is definitely one of the worst pigs to ever wear this uniform. And surprisingly, this gets even worse.
I have been going the speed limit. Ow! Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
Can you explain to me what's going on?
You're going to jail.
Without any warning, the deputy tases Mr. Sanyal, and to make matters worse, he cuts off his body camera. Later, he threw the individual on the pavement, smashing his face into the gravel as he placed his entire body weight on him.
Let your request this waiver. You can request it. Request it, fine.
Uber driver. Yeah, come on, ran us over.
The deputy attempts to mock him by claiming him to be an Uber driver, and also says that he almost ran the cops over when clearly he slowed down in time. Keep watching as the deputy continues to lie.
Okay, my girl. Nope, keep following. He used the Uber driver that tried to run us over.
Mr. Sanyal was later charged with resisting arrest and driving under the influence, both of which were completely unfounded. The district attorney eventually dismissed these charges. In November 2024, he filed a lawsuit against Deputy Creech and the city. The case is still pending trial, and we hope Mr. Sanyal receives the justice he deserves. We also hope the deputy is held accountable for his actions and removed from the department. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today, we witnessed how informed citizens stood up for their right, exposing the ignorance and arrogance of some police officers. In the second case, Deputy Creech made a serious mistake, and justice will eventually catch up to him as the lawsuit progresses. Officers like him have no place in law enforcement, and hopefully this will serve as a reminder that accountability is key to upholding the integrity of the department. If you agree with me, please support us by liking this video. Also, if you enjoyed this video, check out these corrupt cops ruining their careers in seconds.
What you gonna do?
Stop pushing.
What are you gonna do to me?
Stop pushing.
What are you gonna do to me?
Stop pushing.
What are you gonna do to me?
Stop pushing me.
What you gonna do to me?